Okay, so when you install version 4.10.61, if you are upgrading from an older version, you will see this message. So this is just telling you that some new databases have been created and copies of existing hubs have been transferred to these databases. So note also that you will need the latest prices utility to update these hub prices, but you can also do that directly from within Centrix on a hub by hub basis. So let's say OK, and let's have a look at the new hub designer first for fabricated bolted hubs. So I've loaded up a project here. It's a fairly light duty BC219, and at present this has a default of a W welding hub. So we might just quickly draw that impeller assembly and let's have a look at it. Well, the thing about these W hubs with taper locks is the taper bore, after welding the backplate and these gussets, will often distort, meaning that after welding is completed you have to hand finish that bore for the taper lock hub to, or the taper lock bush I should say, to fit in there properly. So one of the things we could do is we could select one of the bolt-on taper lock hubs. So let's go back and I'm going to pick the now prior to this version 4.10.61, this would say bolted hub fabricated, but we now have the option to also weld these sorts of hubs straight to the impeller. So let's click that. Centrix has decided we might like to use a size 16F. So let's just have a look at the style. So that's the 16F. Now I do have a couple of hubs here, which are the bolted on taper lock hubs. So let's have a look at that one. So this is a type of hub with the new features which allows a drive side mount. And with this hub, if we look at the standard hub that you can purchase, it comes with one set of bolt holes, and the PCD for these bolt holes is quite small compared to the outside diameter. So what I did was I just said let's have this as a drive side mount. So calculating the properties also draws it, and I also entered some extra holes on a new PCD here, and then I saved it with this new name called, if we just click, I'll just click the save hub to show the full name. So I've used this suffix DSM for drive side mount, and the new drawing number I've made that the same as well. So you just click save, and you've got this, then whatever you've typed into these boxes goes into here. I'll cancel that, I don't need to, I've already done it. So now we've got this hub, so let's draw the full detail. And you can see now that we can click this to enlarge it. We can see now that we've got two sets of holes. So these are the original holes, which are quite large for the size of hub, 16mm for M16 bolts. So that they would be fitted bolts. You might like to change that to say 16.5. I'm not sure exactly what the exact diameter is for these holes with this hub that you can purchase, and I'll change that to 12.5 as well. 12.5 in the back plate. Now you just have a read of this. So I'll say apply and save. I'll say yes. So now we've got the 16.5 and 12.5. So let's select the hub. Actually, what I've got the, let's just have a look at that again. I've got this on the drive side. So let's set it on the inlet side. So now I need to save the hub because it's got 2 bolt holes, right? So if I move off this row onto the next row, come back to this row, it's still saved, it's still retained its settings from the database. So I don't want that. Let's do that and then save the hub, and we'll call this 2PCD. 2PCD. To show that we've added an extra row of bolts. So let's save that. So there, now we have another entry in the database. So let's select the hub. So now we can draw that, and that looks fine. We can do the backplate profile, which includes the hub holes. So this will come up again to make sure that we're happy with the holes in the backplate. Because the size of those holes, let me just cancel and close. If we're going to drill through, we won't include the hub holes, in which case we'll just get this profile.